Welcome back, all my Nightmare brothers and sisters. This is your boy Broja coming at you with another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. Today, again, we're back in the Jedi Knight Luke event, Tier 5. This is the ship event. Did this a couple days ago. I'm going to run through it again here for you with a recording. I jumped in it the other day, didn't think I was going to be able to pass it, and I did. And I've done it a few times just to make sure it's not pure RNG. There is a lot of RNG that comes into play just because I'm super undergeared with one of my ships for the event. But it's not a huge deal. This isn't a marathon RNG event like trying to undergear the C-3PO event with the Ewoks or anything like that, or the old gas events before the nerf. It's fairly reliable. So for this event, you need a capital ship, and you need the Millennium Falcon and Wedge's X-Wing. Recommended power 74.5. It's not a huge deal. Capital ship, it doesn't matter at all. Millennium Falcon, it's nice, and you'll get there as long as you have a strong Chewie, which you need for the Jedi Knight Luke event before this anyway. But I don't have Han there yet, and my Wedge is super weak. As a matter of fact, I'm just a little over halfway to the recommended power with Wedge. So I'll go through this Wedge. I think is a gear 9, if I remember right. Yeah, gear 9, and really weak mods, so nothing special there. And Han is gear 11, but again, not great modding, and I haven't even done the ship upgrades with Han. And actually, this ability doesn't matter anyway for this event because we're not going to be using it. So, totally a doable event, quote-unquote undergeared for this one. How this event works is you are essentially recreating the escape from Hoth from Empire Strikes Back, where you need to jump to hyperspace. Millennium Falcon has to be the last one, so you need to get the Y-Wing and Wedge out of town before the Millennium Falcon can leave. And as a matter of fact, the ability is locked. You'll see once we get to the others that there's a percentage of their hyperdrive powering up. Once it gets to 100%, the ability is there for either of them, and then get those two out of there, and then it unlocks for the Millennium Falcon. Vader, once again, plays a role in this event, just like the last one. He is on the field the whole time this time, and you cannot hurt him. You can't, I mean, you can hit him, but it doesn't do any damage. The damage numbers will show up, but it doesn't actually do anything. So there's no point in attacking Vader. Really, you just need to get rid of the other ships as quickly as possible, keep them gone, keep doing damage so that the hyperdrive opens up for these two. And really for me, because Wedge is so weak, we want to make sure that they're targeting either the Falcon or the Y-Wing. Once the Y-Wing gets to go, I'll be able to get taunt up, and then they'll be targeting the Y-Wing. Until then, I'm okay with them hitting the Falcon. So because of that, as I said before, we're not going to be using this ability at all. Because it gives us outmaneuver, which means he can't be targeted if there are other rebels on the field. So by putting that on there, that forces them to go after these two. And if the Y-Wing doesn't have taunt up, that means they're going to hit Wedge. And Wedge can really only survive two, maybe 3 hits, depending on crits and stuff. So we want to make sure that we have the Falcon available for them to target. So that gives us 2 options for the Falcon. The basic, which will call a random rebel ally to assist, which is nice. But the AoE does extra damage the more Empire enemies are out there, as well as giving us defense penetration. So we want to use this. That was about the worst hit I have had in all of my attempts, where it didn't really do anything at all. So this is not a great start, but hopefully we can still get through it. So like I said, now that we're on the Y-Wing, you see the timer here. Once this gets to 100%, the ability will open and I can get out of there. So we're going to use the special so that we can get the taunt up on the Y-Wing so they don't target the X-Wing. This is the worst start I've ever had. We haven't really done anything to the TIE Bomber at all, so there's no point in using his special because we don't get the bonus damage. So this time we're just going to use his basic, which will grant some damage over time and get the assists going. Now we're all burning, which isn't great because we also lose the taunt, which means they can target Wedge. But it is what it is. Sometimes you don't get a great start. Normally I have at least one of their ships gone before a reinforcement comes into play. Not this time. Now we can use this special, which gets extra damage because of the debuff. And this is the worst start I've ever had doing this event. We're gonna lose Wedge right here. Yep. All right. So, like I said, RNG does come into play a little bit because my Wedge is so weak. But if we go in and do it again, we shouldn't, hopefully, have a problem. Well, that was. I'm kind of glad I had that recorded. That was the worst start I've ever had for this event. So, all right, try it again. AoE. We didn't get what we wanted on the TIE Bomber, but we did hit the TIE Fighter pretty well, so that's good. So let's hope we get a good hit here. There we did. Now we'll be able to take out the TIE Bomber with Wedge's ability, and then the TIE Fighter will go next. They'll bring in another TIE Fighter. Oh, no, look at that. Ion Cannon. This is actually a better start. So now we have to target Vader. Doesn't do anything. Doesn't matter. Doesn't do anything either way, except that Vader can take away my taunt. We just get it right back. My timers are coming along nicely, though. Wow, they didn't call another TIE Fighter. So this is actually gonna go really, really smooth because my things are already at 75%. Because they haven't been calling in other TIE Fighters, they haven't been getting target lock and speeding up the cooldown for the Executrix ultimate ability, the TIE Fighter Swarm. So this is going really well. We'll get the defense penetration up. Suppose I could have just called the assist, but that's alright. Now we should be able to take out the TIE Fighter and then jump to hyperspace. There it is. So Wedge is out of town. Can't with the Falcon yet. But now the Y-Wing should be able to. Oh no, we got the ultimate. I gotta survive. Oh! Survive! There! We got it! We got it! Survive, Falcon, survive! Ah! Got it! Yes! So, that was, it started out really well, and then all of a sudden went really bad. But we made it through. So, as you can see, a little bit of RNG comes into play when you're going in with such a weak Wedge. And even Han Solo is a little on the weak side, but it's a fairly easy event. So next up, we're going to be doing Tier 5 here probably in the next week or two, depending on how quickly I can get Hermit Yoda up to Relic 3. And then we just have one more Relic to get, which is Lando. And then I've already got, obviously, Commander Luke from earlier and Darth Vader. So we'll be doing the next 4 in the next couple of weeks once we get those others. So stay tuned. And remember, until next time, expendable might be in our name, but none of you are expendable to me.